So the Gervonta Tank Davis fight against Isaac Pitbull Cruz was a good fight, was a very intriguing fight, was back and forth, close fight, a pleasant surprise. That's in terms of entertainment and what the boxing fans got in value. But in terms of pay-per-view sales, it flopped big time. Now, before we get into the video, before we get into the details, please like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. So, Gervonta Davis versus Isaac Cruz. Look, it's not a super fight by any means. No one was expecting this fight to sell 1 million pay-per-view buys, 2 million pay-per-view buys. I would have that type of expectations, anywhere between 500,000 to 1 million pay-per-view buys if he fights Ryan Garcia. Now, that is as close to a super fight in the lightweight division as we'll get. Obviously, Ryan Garcia turned down that fight last year. He was expecting to get a Manny Pacquiao fight. And you could say he ducked Gervonta Davis, even though people say Manny Pacquiao is the harder fight. Still, we know he would lose to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is just too big for him. This is the same way, many people forget this now, but a lot of people accused Cal Brook for ducking the Jesse Vargas unification fight back in 2016. Jesse Vargas had picked up the WBO belt from Saddam Ali. It was a vacant title. He beat Saddam Ali for it on March 5 of 2016. Yeah, I believe so. It was in Washington, D.C. on the Luis Ortiz versus Tony Thompson undercard. A lot of people were accusing Cal Brook of ducking Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas wanted the showdown. Cal Brook wanted more money. Cal Brook wanted at least a minimum of a guaranteed $1 million. And then Cal Brook took the $5 million payday against Gennady Golovkin. That's not a brave move, to be honest. He knew, and we all knew he was going to lose to Golovkin. He basically cashed out very early in his career, and he's still looking to cash out every opportunity. That fight ruined him, and he knew that there was a chance that would happen to him. That fight absolutely ruined his career. He had a broken eye socket from it, and he lost. He got brutalized in that fight, but he did make $5 million, and that's all Cal Brook thought about. I did not think about. Obviously, if he beat Golovkin, it would have been a big legacy win, big legacy win for him. But the chances for beating Gennady Golovkin are way slimmer than his chances of beating Jesse Vargas. Had he beaten Jesse Vargas, he would have been the unified welterweight champion of the world, IBF and WBO. That's obviously already a good accomplishment, a good legacy right there. But when he lost to Golovkin, he has never beaten a world level fighter since then. And he showed against Terence Crawford that he has world level skills, Cal Brook. You see his skills, you see how he's jabbing, you see how he's moving. Look, that guy could give Terence Crawford trouble if he had durability. He was matching Terence Crawford for skill. And that's very impressive. I've always been high on Cal Brook. I've always viewed him as a good fighter. And I even thought that he could beat Terence Crawford. And I thought my prediction was about to come right in the first 3 rounds. But his durability was so shot at that point. He didn't have a chance. Even if he was matching Terence Crawford punch for punch, even if he was matching Terence Crawford in footwork and distance control, he couldn't match him with his durability. He was so shot at that point. It's not even funny. And Amir Khan, same way when he fought Canelo Alvarez. He knew he would get knocked out brutally against Canelo Alvarez. But he still took it for money. That's not being brave. So Ryan Garcia, had he fought Manny Pacquiao, who would have stopped him fairly easily? You saw Manny Pacquiao. I thought he lost against Yordenis Ugas very easily, but it was competitive against Yordenis Ugas. And I'm telling you right now, Yordenis Ugas would execute Ryan Garcia should they fight. They won't fight because he doesn't bring that money. Why would Ryan Garcia fight him? But let's say they fight tomorrow. Yordenis Ugas would execute Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia went for the bigger payday against Manny Pacquiao. That fight might have sold 1 million to 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. So they were hoping that he could cash out very early in his career. He says he wants to become a priest or a preacher or whatever that he wants to become. And he wants to have businesses outside of boxing when he's only 22 years old, 23 years old. He's already thinking about that. So that shows you how Ryan Garcia views the sport. Gervonta Davis, everyone says he doesn't want to make big fights, and some people label me as a Gervonta Davis hater, but I gotta say it like how it is. Gervonta Davis offered Ryan Garcia a good offer for that fight, and that fight was agreed. And he did not lowball him. He gave him either 50-50 or something close to 50-50. But it was Ryan Garcia who pulled out in hopes of getting a Manny Pacquiao showdown. Manny Pacquiao chose to fight Errol Spence instead. Ryan Garcia then was scheduled to fight Javier Fortana. Against Javier Fortana, he pulled out, citing mental health issues. He fought Joseph Diaz, then he got injured and needed surgery, and we know the story. But no, I don't want to go too much out of topic, but the Gervonta Davis versus Isaac Cruz pay-per-view sold less than 100,000 buys. Way less. That's according to Rick Glazer. Way less than 100,000 buys. Usually, Rick Glazer is usually on point with these. And that's why they haven't yet reported any of the buys. It's been well over a week, and no one's mentioning the buys. No one's mentioning. We're not seeing Leonard Ellerby going on Twitter and saying how big of a superstar Gervonta Davis is. It's because Gervonta Davis's pay-per-view sales flopped. And I'll tell you guys right now, if he fought Rolly Romero, that pay-per-view would have done good, because Rolly Romero is a very strange and outgoing character. So he'll help drive those pay-per-view buys, unlike Isaac Cruz. Even though he's a fantastic fighter, he doesn't have much of a character. Even though he boxed beautifully, fought beautifully. So a lot of people thought he won the fight. I thought Gervonta Davis won that fight, but it was close. It's not like Gervonta Davis won 12-0. No, it was a close fight. There's no shame selling 100,000 pay-per-view buys or less. But there is shame when you claim that you're such a big superstar that you don't need any of the other opponents or your other big fighters in your division to make money. So that pay-per-view obviously took a flop. They had a very good undercard that had to be paid well. So they lost money on that. So let's see where Mayweather Promotions and Gervonta Davis go from here. I hope he fights one of the top guys at lightweight. The lightweight division is a very, very interesting division. I took out Teofimo Lopez out of my rankings, and I just want to give you guys just a quick top 10 of the light division. At number 1, George Kambosos Jr. holds the WBC franchise, WBA Super, IBF, WBO, Ring Magazine, and lineal titles. At number 2, Vasyl Lomachenko. At number 3, Devin Haney. At number 4, Ryan Garcia. At number 5, Gervonta Davis. I would pick Gervonta to beat Ryan, but at lightweight, Ryan has the bigger win. Beating Luke Campbell is a much bigger win than anything Gervonta Davis has done. Not just retiring Luke Campbell. So that's why I have him one spot higher. At number 5, Gervonta Davis. At number 6, Michel Rivera. At number 7, Jojo Diaz. At number 8, Isaac Cruz. At number 9, Richard Comey. At number 10, Jorge Linares. So you see, they beat most of the guys in the bottom 5 of the top 10. Jojo Diaz, Isaac Cruz, Richard Comey, and Jorge Linares have all suffered losses to the top 5 this year. If I had to guess, I think Gervonta Davis is going to fight Michel Rivera next, which is a great fight. If he fights Michel Rivera, you won't see lots of complaints from me. I hope he fights some of the better fighters, but I don't think he's going to fight George Kambosos Jr. because he's not going to want to travel to Australia. I don't think he's going to want to fight Vasyl Lomachenko because he hasn't shown any interest to fight Vasyl Lomachenko, as Mayweather has said several times. And I don't think he's going to fight Devin Haney. I don't. I think he would beat Devin Haney, though, very easily. I think that's the easiest fight for him. I just think his style is all wrong for Devin Haney. Devin Haney was getting hit by a lot of shots from Jojo Diaz. If those shots landed from Gervonta Davis, oh boy. Devin Haney would be knocked out cold. Because Gervonta Davis has a longer reach than Jojo Diaz. He can fight. He can get on the inside better, and he can also fight on the outside way better than Jojo Diaz. I think he'll just land much more consistent on Devin Haney. And Ryan Garcia, we don't really know what he wants to do with his career. By next month, I will have to drop Ryan Garcia because he has not fought for a year. I have to drop him in the rankings. I will put him below Michel Rivera. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me what you guys want to see, or who you guys want to see Gervonta Davis fight next. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And it's not just if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. As you saw in this video, or as you heard, to be more exact, we don't attack any fighter. We show respect and love to all the fighters. We will critique them if they do anything fishy, but we will also praise them when they do something good. So subscribe to this channel for unbiased news, unbiased breakdowns. And yeah, Sadiq Boxing out.